Tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of The Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala on a Monday afternoon, an overcast Monday afternoon. Coming up this weekend, the Great American Race. It goes off once again, the 57th annual Daytona 500. This Sunday, February 22nd, 1 o'clock start time. WOCA's man on the ground at the 500 at the International Speedway. Galen Unal joins us now. Galen, hi, how are you today?
Hey, it's good to be with you, Tom. How are you?
You know, Galen, I'm a little upset with NASCAR, and I think you and I may have a difference of opinion on this. Let's set the scene. Yesterday, group qualifying, designed to make qualifying more interesting for the fans, takes 49 cars, divides them in half, puts them out in 5-minute increments. The fastest 24 cars then go back out on the track for another 5 minutes. The fastest 12 cars go back out on the track after that. And then the fastest 2 cars in that group get the pole in the second position, and the rest of the cars have to go through the duels. Have I set it up properly so far?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yesterday, Reed Sorensen, who is trying to make the race, he's doesn't have owner points or anything to get in, so he's trying to make the race. He said, I was trying to block Clint Boyer. I ended up wrecking him. Blocking is what I was trying to do. You saw it. I was just trying to stay in front of him to get a good lap. That's our only shot to get a good lap, to stay in front. We're blocking all the time. It's part of racing. Now it's part of qualifying, too. How do you feel about this qualifying format as opposed to the going out and running the best 2 laps and taking the aggregate time, and the fastest time is on the pole?
Well, I'll tell you, I liked it, and I'm going to compare it to this. One, it gave you a reason to watch, because and I've been to qualifying in the old style where there's 1 car on the track at a time. It's as boring can get. I don't care how big of a NASCAR fan you are. There is no way in the world you're going to sit there and watch all 3.5 hours of that. Now, you may come in and tune in just to see what your driver did, but it's not must-watch TV, right? It's boring. I mean, the track is huge, and you have 1 little car on it. I think there are some things that could be tweaked, but I like the fact that they had to race, so to speak, and to get that qualifying time. So I like that. Okay, now but now Clint Boyer made a very good point yesterday. He said, this is his quote, "There's no reason to be putting on a show trying to make something out of nothing. The show, we'll put on a hell of a show for the Daytona 500. These cars are destroyed for no reason. We're not even to the qualifying races yet. Don't forget that there's a lot of racing left to yet do. With the Daytona 500, with the 300 the day before, with all the qualifying races, the twin duels, is there really a need to put yourself in harm's way again just like this? Because now that's 3 cars Michael Waltrip Racing has wrecked in the last 3 days. Reed Sorensen doesn't have a backup car now, so he's trying to get in the race, causes his car to wreck. Now he has no shot at getting in the race. I just think that I agree with Clint Boyer in there. So much racing that goes on during speed weeks. Was there really a need to add another race? Now, in that I agree, and I'm a Clint Boyer fan. I like him. He's my driver. But I will tell you this: if you're going to do qualifying, right? If you're going to have a qualifying session, you have to do something besides going 1 lap at a time. And when's the last time the pole sitter won the race of the Daytona 500? Because your individual speed has very little to nothing to do with how you do in the pack.
See it.
And I think the pack was more likely, because I think Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, and if you look at those last 12, they're going to be the ones who are going to be at the front of this race, unless they get caught up in the big one. They're going to be leading this race in the last 15 laps.
And I think you hit on the only thing that NASCAR has, in my opinion, that they can defend this type of qualifying for, is before on restrictor plate racings, and you know this being a fan, I know this covering the race and everything, you had qualifying set up and then you had racing set up. And the two were nothing alike because you set up the car to qualify where you're running on the edge, but you don't have to worry about the dangers of getting a little loose and causing a 20-car pileup because nobody's on the track but you. So you could make that car because loose means fast, tight means slow. So you could make that car as loose as you needed it to be where the driver could barely hang on, but he was turning some great times to grab a pole. But then the car was completely different once the race started because they would go to a different setup. This setup will be the race setup the way they're doing qualifying now.
And that's right. And let's not forget, not only were they two different setups for racing and qualifying, the people who qualified at the top because they had to qualify to get in, they were not competitive, and they would have to come in and take an extra pit stop to make their car competitive because of the tightness of how they could change and what changes they could make. And to the people who say, hey, how many cars are they going to ruin? You look at the Sprint Unlimited, right? Clint Boyer lost a car there. I mean, there was a big one in that, and about 15 or 20 cars had to go to their backup. I mean, are we upset about that? There are more wrecks. In the duels, we'll probably have 5 or 6 wrecks between the two of them in the 125s.
Well,
nobody complains about them.
Well, that speaks to the question of you already have those situations where you're going to wreck cars. Why add one more situation to it?
And I agree. And if you're just and on that we agree. I think we can question whether or not we even need that qualifying session, and then just run the duels, and then you put the top 2 point setters at the front of each duel. I'd have no problem with that, because let's be honest, Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, they are going to be so far away from the pack. They're going to be 10 to 20 car lengths from the last car on Thursday, because they don't want their cars wrecked so they can start at the front of the Daytona.
Right, they're going to be so far back, they're not even going to go anywhere near trying to win the duels.
And I agree, and that's the one hypocrisy that I can agree with. If you're going to have qualifying, and the reason doing qualifying is because it's another day to sell tickets. Speed Weeks is a big deal for NASCAR. It's a big money maker, right? At the root of all sport is money.
Yes.
Good, bad, or indifferent. And they get another opportunity to be on TV at the start of their season to promote it, so that we can see more flags going around and all of that. But if you're going to have it, you can't have one car on the track at a time. Because
basically what we had yesterday.
I've covered NASCAR from on the TV side, on the radio side, and qualifying. It's just horrifically boring.
Oh, it's terribly boring. It's horrible to watch. I mean, I've been there live and watched it, and I find other things to do. I take notice when smoke goes out on the track, I take notice. But other than that, I just wait to see what the printouts NASCAR gives us in the media center is. It's horribly
boring. The air conditioning or the heater, the fans are out there, and did you see how few fans were there?
Yeah.
And granted, that's a big building, but I haven't looked at the attendance. I don't know if you have it, but I'd say it's less than 25,000 people were there.
Well, there was probably lots more people than that there, but they were out in the RVs. Nobody goes to qualifying. It's just
that's true.
And if you want it, you're right. Money's the root of all of this, because if you wanted to, the best way to do it is because yesterday was 2 5-minute twin duels, just like the twin duel races, correct, except for 5 minutes. Yeah. So you already have that on Thursdays. You went from 125 laps to more. I'm at miles to more miles. It's now the twin 150s, I think is what it is.
Yeah, they keep 125. Yeah.
Well, it was the 125s. They moved it up now. I think it's 150 this year.
Yeah, 150.
Yeah, I think it's gone to 150.
Do that.
I think 2 years ago it went to 150 or something. But anyway,
the Gator duels start on with 15 to go. That's when people start getting in position.
Well, that's when the Daytona 500. People don't realize the Daytona 500 is 200 laps, but 165 of them are just people hanging out until the last 35, and then they start positioning to go.
But you watch the Daytona 500 to make sure that your driver, doesn't get caught in the big one before the last 15 laps, and those last, let's say the last 40 laps, last as long as the rest of the race because of all the cautions.
Oh, exactly.
So,
And you're just out there. You will hear this talked about many times before the race is over Saturday. Well, he's just hanging out in the back until it's time to go.
That's right. Right.
That's what they say. He's just hanging out in the back till it's time to. Tony Stewart is famous. Jimmy Johnson famous. Hanging out in the back till it's time to go.
That's it.
So, what are you looking forward to? You going over this weekend to cover it for WOCA? What are you looking forward? What do you think will be the talking points coming out? Because this is going to last until the duels go, and then nobody's going to remember this travesty or non-travesty, however which side to come down on it, the qualifying was.
Nobody cares about qualifying. You know what I'm going to watch, and I'm going to see if this continues. The big teams keep dominating NASCAR, and as long as they dominate NASCAR, it's going to alienate certain individuals and certain fans. That there is no more underdog. You cannot win a sprint cup if you have fewer than 3 cars.
You cannot.
That you cannot, and you haven't been able to in a long time since what's his name who died, Kolwicki, right?
Right, Alan Kolwicki was the last one that did it by himself.
Independent driver, and it's probably more elite now than it's ever been. Let's be honest. There's right now there's maybe 7, maybe 8 drivers that have a chance to win the chase, and there's 3 teams that have a chance.
Hendricks Motorsports,
right, and then I'll throw in Gibbs Racing
and Stuart Haas.
That's it.
And let's be honest,
it's A and B.
Well, let's be honest. Most NASCAR fans either don't know this or don't want to admit it, but Stuart Haas Racing is really an extension of Hendricks Racing.
Well, they're riding the Hendricks package.
Yeah, it's an extension of Hendricks Racing. So really, it's Hendricks Racing and Gibbs Racing.
That's right, and I think this is I think it's bad for NASCAR. I really do. The Fords aren't competitive. Dodge hated it so much they just completely pulled out of the sport. Granted, they were going broke, but if they would have been profitable for them marketing-wise, they would have stayed in. Toyota's on the outside looking in, except for Gibbs. But it's really Chevy, led by RCR, who, when you look at the amount of money they spend per car, it's something like triple what Waltrip spends, right? Or the
Hendricks, Hendricks.
Or the Hendricks is they're the big dog on the block, and that's not going to change. They have 5 cars.
And just to think, well, if you count Stuart Haas Racing, they got 12.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I think it's going to be the end of the sport. I think if NASCAR doesn't address it, it's going to be the end.
That's right. You're going to start to get into some collusion questions, and we already have that with teammates. 2 years ago, Clint Boyer got kicked out of the race because he backed up to make sure that
one of his teammates could make the race.
Yeah, one of his teammates backed up to make sure he was in the chase.
All right, Galen, we got 10 seconds before we go to break. We're up against the computer here. Give me a favorite going into this thing Sunday. 10 seconds.
I think Jeff Gordon wins.
You think Jeff Gordon wins it? I think somebody from Hendricks wins it, probably Gordon or Jimmy Johnson. They probably use Gordon to put a stamp on the last season of him running a full schedule.
Hey, let's be honest. That's what NASCAR wants. They want that. They want Gordon to win this thing.
And if not him, then Junior. Galen, thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to hearing from you this weekend at Daytona 500.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
Coming up next, Franz Beard joins the show talking Gator basketball and college basketball in general right here on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, live and local, The Source.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. My son Bo and I practice exclusively in the representation of accident victims. And we've been asked many times why we would support and sponsor the program Ask the Cops with Sheriff Blair and Chief Graham, who are in the world of criminal law enforcement. Well, these legal rights actually overlap. In civil law enforcement, we're in the business of recovering for victims of accidents that which has been taken away from them and holding the responsible party accountable. Both civil law law and criminal law share those common goals. So we're all in the field of law enforcement, and for that reason, we're proud to sponsor Ask the Cops on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. So if your family or a friend needs help in an accident situation, feel free to contact us at our website, www.The Briggs Law Firm. We're located in the Ocala Historic District.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. We're learning new details about the trigger man in this week's terror shooting that killed 2 in Denmark.
The 22-year-old was born in Denmark and had a violent past, according to police. They're not confirming his name, but reports suggest he was Omar Abdel Hamid El Hussein, and some reports say he was just out of jail. 2 men have been charged with helping the gunman, who was killed by police.
Fox News Radio's Simon Owen. A freight train hauling crude oil derailed about 30 miles outside of Charleston, West Virginia. It caught fire, setting a nearby home ablaze and forcing the evacuation of the surrounding neighborhood.
You don't own me.
Singer Leslie Gore has died. She had a string of hits in the 60s, starting with It's My Party, and scored additional success with classics like You Don't Own Me. She died of cancer at a New York hospital. She'd been working on a stage version of her storied career. Leslie Gore was 68. Fox News, we report, you decide.
It is time to refresh and renew for 2015 at thecompanystore.com. Our semi-annual white sale is going on now. From our famous lacrosse down comforters and pillows to the finest quality sheets, towels, and bedding basics, receive 20% off your entire order, free shipping, and up to 70% off clearance items when you enter code RADIO15. That's RADIO15 for up to 70% off and free shipping. Thecompanystore.com, where quality has been known for generations. Thecompanystore.com. We're all about comfort.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. for Legally Yours with John Fuller, right here on WOCA 1370 AM and 96.3 FM, The Source.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
If you want to avoid getting ripped off and put more money in your pocket, then join me, Clark Howard, every weeknight at 6, right here on WOCA, The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Welcome back to the Buddy Sports page. I'm Tom Schmitz. Buddy's still on assignment. We'll be back Wednesday. But as we're joined every Monday, Franz Beard joins us from up at Gainesville way. Franz, how are you today?
It's a beautiful day here in Gainesville. Of course, it's going to get a little nippy here in a couple of days. Yeah, but I'm enjoying the warm while we got it.
The rain's going to come in and the cold's going to come in, and we're going to get one more cold snap, I think, before we get back to Florida weather for good until to the point where we're complaining about it until it cools off again in December.
Well, it could stay warm for me as long as it wants to.
Me too.
Fortunately, thank goodness for Al Gore, though. Without global warming, think how cold we might be.
That's a good point. Good point. Unanimous number one in the country, 25-0, 12-0 in the Southeastern Conference, the Kentucky Wildcats. Number 2 in the conference, the Arkansas Razorbacks. The reason that's weird to me, number 3, Texas A&M, number 4, Mississippi State, number 5, LSU, then Georgia, and you're still not to Florida yet. You got 2 more teams in front of Florida. Florida 5-7, 12-13 on the year, Franz. What in the world is going on in Gainesville?
Well, I think it has to do with a lack of leadership, and I think they lack that guy that wants to be the man. When the game is on the line. You look at that game Saturday night against Texas A&M. That's a game where a guy like Scotty Wilbekin wanted the ball. He wanted to take that last shot. He was always ready to take that last shot, and he made big shots. You had guys like Casey Prater, not afraid to drive the ball to the rack, and if he got fouled, fine, he's willing to do that. This team doesn't have anybody. Casey Hill on that final sequence wouldn't drive the ball. Gets the ball out to Finney Smith. Finney Smith is covered, but he wouldn't drive the ball and try to get to at least get fouled. And you end up with Alex Murphy taking a shot, and he's not the guy to take the shot. I mean, this is the guy that comes off the bench. That's a big shot that should have been taken by a starting player. Eli Carter should have taken that shot, or else Casey Hill or Finney Smith should have tried to get to the rack. One of those 3 things.
This Florida team, 12-13 on the year, 5-7 in conference, they may not make the NIT.
No, they probably won't. And this is a team that, let's face it, they have lost 4 one-point games. They have now played 10 games that have been decided by 7 or fewer points. They should be no worse, say, than 6-4 in those games. And if they were 6-4 in those games, right now they'd be sitting at 18-7, and everybody would have them going into the NCAA tournament when the season is over. This is a team that the only way they're going to get in the NCAA tournament is they're going to have to win the SEC tournament, and there's a greater chance that water gets changed into wine before that happens.
Friends, at 12-13, they may not make the national invitational tournament.
Very, very slim chance that they'd make that. To make the NIT, just to make the NIT, I think they've got they are 5-7 in the SEC. That means they got 6 games to go. I think to make the NIT, they'd have to win 5 of those 6, and then say go 2-1 in the SEC tournament. So that would mean going 7-3. 7-3 would get them to 19 wins, and still, a bad 16 losses. But because they're Florida and because they'd have a home game, they'd get in. But just the same, what are the odds that this team's going to go 5-1 down the stretch of the regular season? They got to play at LSU. They got to play at Kentucky. Right there are 2 games that you just don't want to even think about the Gators playing, because it's, they're both they're both on the road, and I don't know that Florida is going to beat either one of those teams on the road.
The only team that I think has fallen farther than Florida off of where they should be is Missouri. Missouri's always had a good basketball program, and to be in the basement of the SEC the 3rd year in the conference is just amazing to me.
Well, that's what happens when you hire Frank Haith as your basketball coach. Not only is he so slimy he could be on Nickelodeon, he's a guy that just absolutely runs the program into the ground. He takes over a program that's got good players and then leaves it in bad shape. And this is what he does for a living. And I can't believe that people continue to hire this guy. I realize he took a step down to go to Tulsa, but my goodness, I mean, he's still Frank Haith.
He is.
I would not hire him. I would not hire him. I'd probably go hire the girls' JV coach at Bellevue High School before I'd hire him.
Okay, let's change subjects for a minute, friends, but still talk basketball. I saw a report over the weekend that, the NCAA, the Power 5 conferences, just got greater power to set rules and to structure how athletics are going to be. We've talked about it ad nauseum on here. They told the NCAA, we're going to run football. Either get on the bus with us so you can run the rest of the sports in the NCAA in collegiate athletics, or don't get on the bus and we'll figure out how to get it done, but we're going to run football. Now it looks like they realize there's another money-making sport available to them. I don't know why they didn't say football and basketball originally, but the Pac-12 sent the following suggestion to the fellow Power 5 conferences. They want to address the one-and-done phenomenon in men's basketball. If the National Basketball Association's Players Union are unable to agree on raising the age limit for players, we should consider restoring the freshman ineligibility rule to men's basketball. Is this a good idea? And 2, do you think this will ever happen?
Number one, let's address number one first. It's a great idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
And it should be for all sports. The reason that everybody wants to say that the reason that they adopted freshman eligibility was because they said you had too many good players and why hold them back. That was not the reason. The reason they did it was because they wanted to limit the number of scholarships. And if you're going to have freshmen ineligible, that means you got to have about 110 on scholarship, because you got your freshman class there, and you're going to have your 85 still eligible to play, who are sophomores through seniors. So the reason they did it was that it gave them the ability to cut down the scholarships down to 85, which is what they've got right now. So from a monetary standpoint, from a standpoint of would it be the best thing to do for freshmen in every single sport? Absolutely. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not. Great idea, though, but it won't happen.
Will they be able to, do you think they could do it just for basketball?
Well, I think there's a better way to do it for basketball, and that is for the NCAA. For the NCAA to come up with a set of guidelines that they're going to do, and basically put the onus back on the NBA. The NBA gets a free farm system out of this, that for which it pays nothing at all. And there has been someone who once said that what they need to do is they need to tell the NBA, you're responsible for half of every kid's scholarship. You pay up. And that might be workable. They could do the same thing for football too. Look, this is one of these things that the NBA just shows you they've got idiots in charge, because the Players Association ultimately has the say in this. Now, tell me something, Tom. Why would a veteran player, maybe in his 6th or 7th year, now the average NBA player plays, I think, something like 4.5 years.
Right.
Why would a veteran player not endorse turning that age limit to, say, 20 years old and making a kid go to school for 2 years? It blows my mind that they wouldn't do it, because this would extend the longevity of your veteran. I would think the owners would be all for it, too. Would be all for it as well, because they wouldn't have to pay some of these outrageous contracts for these kids.
Well,
I would think that it would make plenty of good sense.
Let me point this out. We got about a minute and a half to go, friends. Let me point this out. That makes your point for you. The owners should want the age limit to go up, because who are two of the best players in the game right now? John Wall and Kyrie Irving. Because they would be just out of college, age-wise and abilities-wise. They got drafted, entered the league, and yes, they were able to contribute, but not major contributions. Now, with maturity and schooling and understanding of the game of basketball, they now are stars. They would, if they'd have stayed in college, I'd think they'd have come out as stars. It's watered down the college game. It's made the college game worse. And the NBA, it's given them far too many projects that they're having to pay lots of money to.
Well, I heard an NBA scout one day said, I thought I was through watching high school basketball, but now I go to NBA games, and that's what I'm watching. Essentially, that's what you're getting, because you're right. You get kids who average 5 points a game as a freshman in college, and they get drafted. I'm going to tell you something. If Chris Walker elects to go out this year, he will get drafted. Maybe not in the first round like everybody projected, but I guarantee he'll be a second-round draft pick. Why? Because they say, oh, look at all that athleticism and potential. Goodness, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I could potentially the roulette ball can potentially land on 11, and I can make a lot of money too, but I ain't betting it.
Well, I always have this dream that I'm going to wake up and my old friend Mitch Kupchak's going to call me up and tell me, hey, I heard you grew to 7 feet overnight. Come on out and jump center for the Lakers tonight.
Yeah, I don't think
it happened yet.
That's wine and water again, friends. Wine and water.
I think it might have something to do with I'm 63 years old, too. So.
Franz Beard, thanks so much for joining us.
Take care.
Have a good day. Franz Beard, FightGators.com. Hey, we're going to take a break. Coming up, I'll give you a recap of the Pebble Beach AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. So we wrap up Buddy Sports Page, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. We're live and local. The Source.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
If you've been hearing about the crowd at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill and were worried because you couldn't get in, I've got some good news for you. Seating is now available. While you're there, look up Chef Dave Del Rio. He'll buy you a drink. Now is the time for you to finally see firsthand what your friends are talking about at Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill. Try Chef Dave's tantalizing Louisiana menu. Check out those gorgeous Lake sunsets. Eaton's Beach Sandbar and Grill on beautiful Lake Seating now available.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Tom Ingram, CEO of Gateway Bank, the new old-fashioned bank. Let us introduce you to Ocus, a simple way to bring your business online. Through this relationship, your business can have a fully functioning website in less than 30 minutes. We will also provide you support with social media, sales tracking, e-commerce, and online scheduling, which is all optimized for mobile users. Ocus, now at Gateway Bank, Silver Springs Boulevard, Ocala. Come visit our technology center for your total small business solution. I'm Tom Ingram, and I'll see you there.
Right on the southwestern corner of the square sits one of the finest dining establishments in Florida, Mark's Prime Steakhouse and Seafood Restaurant. Mark's offers big city dining amenities in a charming and small town setting. It's a rare treat to experience both the ambiance and the exquisite cuisine in a friendly atmosphere. Ocala's finest restaurant serves the finest beef, the freshest seafood, premium wines, and naturally fresh vegetables. From valet parking to splendid service, Mark's offers the complete package. Check it out today. Mark's Prime Seafood and Steakhouse Restaurant.
Pay your taxes, eat your vegetables, watch your weight, mow the lawn, clean the house. We all have stuff we don't want to do. Isn't it about time you did something you wanted to do? Like getting your pilot's license?
At Ocala Aviation, they make it fun and easy, and you can start by taking one of their Discovery flights. For only $99, you get to go up in the airplane with an FAA-certified flight instructor and actually fly the plane yourself. It's a perfect way to see if flying is for you. And once you get that ultimate feeling of freedom, Ocala Aviation can train you to get your pilot's license. Ocala Aviation also offers commercial flight training for those looking to make a career change and enter the world of commercial aviation. Ocala Aviation is conveniently located at the Ocala International Airport. So if you're ready to start your adventure, stop by or give them a call today. 861-7484. That's 861-7484. You'll be glad you did. I know I am. Ocala Aviation. Call today. 861-7484.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Greg Lotka will be on the air with us talking about the latest trends and new technologies such as Dataverse, Spectrum Accelerator, and hybrid cloud technology. Where is Professor Gadget when we need him?
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin will be answering your questions about your lawns and your gardens on her show In the Garden with Carol Ann.
Join Bob Kennedy on Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty.
And then if you're working on a project at home and you need a little advice from an expert, Joe Reichel is the guy to call on Damage Control, one of the owners of Damage Control Services.
Seth Posner from AA Lock, Dock, and Security will be on the air. He'll be speaking about security systems for businesses and individuals.
Plus, another chance to get your name into the box. On Thursday, we're picking one winner to win a $340 pair of tickets to the Daytona 500. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Welcome back to the Voice of Ocala's Buddy Sports page. One of the best golf tournaments of the year, if you're a fan, is the AT&T Pebble Beach Classic. Because it's the celebrities, where the celebrities come out and play in the 4-day Pro-Am, and Bill Murray's there cracking jokes. It's a good time for fans and all to come out. Well, it was this weekend. Dustin Johnson finished tied for fourth with Jason Day and Pat Perez. Pat Perez and his partner Lund won the actual Pro-Am at 42 under. But your winner of the event was Brent Snedeker. He entered the day 3 shots behind Jim Furyk, who went to sleep with the 54-hole lead. Furyk, though, finished tied with Jordan Spieth and Matt Jones for fifth. And Jim Furyk, this is the first competitive golf Jim Furyk's played since the FedEx Cup last year, the Tour Championship last year. And it looked like it on Sunday as he lost the 54-hole lead. But I looked into it further. This is the 9th time in a row that he's went to sleep with a 54-hole lead and not been able to close out and win the tournament. 9 times he's went to sleep with a 54-hole lead and hadn't been able to close it out. That's not good, Jim Furyk. But Brent Snedeker, your winner, 22 under, 3 strokes in front of Nick Watney. Nick Watney makes a birdie on 18 to get to secure second all by himself. Charlie Beljan finishes third at 18 under. And then, like I said, Dustin Johnson, Jason Day, Pat Perez all at 17 under. Jordan Spieth, Jim Furyk, Matt Jones at 16 under. Chasen Headley, John Curran, J.B. Holmes, all at 15 under. But your winner, Brent Snedeker, wins $1.224 million for the win. So Brent Snedeker is your AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am National Pro-Am winner. I'd like to thank my guest today, Bruce Anderson, board member for the Humane Society of Marion County. Also, Galen Udall, who will be on site for the Daytona 500 for WOCA, and of course Franz Beard, talking college basketball. For my for my partner Buddy Martin, I'm Tom Schmidt saying have a great evening, everybody.
Hi, this is Randy Briggs of the Briggs Law Firm. My son Bo and I practice exclusively in the representation of accident victims. And we've been asked many times why we would support and sponsor the program Ask the Cops with Sheriff Blair and Chief Graham, who are in the world of criminal law enforcement. Well, these legal rights actually overlap. In civil law enforcement, we're in the business of recovering for victims of accidents that which has been taken away from them and holding the responsible party accountable. Both civil law and criminal law share those common goals. So we're all in the field of law enforcement, and for that reason, we're proud to sponsor Ask the Cops on the Voice of Ocala with Buddy Martin. So if your family or a friend needs help in an accident situation, feel free to contact us at our website, The Briggs Law Firm. We're located in the Ocala Historic District.
Here in Florida, when you're looking to go to the beach, you've got hundreds of options. Theme parks, no shortage of options there either. But when it comes to home insurance, most companies have only one option. Allstate is different. Here in Florida, Allstate agents offer home insurance options from several companies, so they can help you get the coverage that's right for you. And they'll help you save on quality car insurance, too. For starters, safe drivers save 45% with Allstate. So before you settle for just one option, talk to someone with many home and car insurance options. Your local Allstate agent. Are you in good hands?
Hi, this is Kevin McDonald, your local Allstate agent. To get your quote, please call us at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations.
Allstate has no financial responsibility to you for any home insurance policy you purchase and would not be responsible for any claims. Allstate does not make any representations or accept liability related to operations of home insurance companies, including but not limited to their financial conditions. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Imagine yourself in a quaint bistro right in the heart of a charming French village about to indulge in real French cuisine. Located in beautiful, vibrant downtown Ocala, La Cuisine offers authentic French cuisine and wine from an award-winning menu. Patrice and Elodie moved to Ocala in 2009 because they fell in love with it. And you're going to fall in love with La Cuisine if you haven't already. La Cuisine offers a quick bite for lunch or a leisurely dinner in a comfortable and relaxed setting. So call La Cuisine of Ocala today at 352-433-2570. It's like a direct call to Paris.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
A show of contempt would be to say, what kind of an idiot can't even cook a simple dinner? That single behavior is so powerful it can be used to predict divorce with 93% accuracy. Here's another way to get back to sleep, and Connie uses this. Listen to white noise. You can try an app like Sleep Maker Rain, which is free for iPhone and Android. The new normal is to get a last-minute text at, say, 9 o'clock on a Saturday saying, hey, want to go see a band?
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Winter won't quit in the Northeast, and now it's being felt down south.
We are going to be dealing with more freezing rain and ice across the Carolinas tonight, up towards Virginia. We're just at the freezing mark, so Nashville, you're getting that icy mix towards Chattanooga, up towards Knoxville. North of that, that's where we're getting the snowfall. And D.C., you could see your biggest snowfall so far this year.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. Egyptian airstrikes hit back at ISIS targets in Libya hours after the release of a video that purportedly shows the beheading of 21 Coptic Christians. ISIS now says they've got their sights set on Rome.
The references to Rome are not only about Christianity, but meant to draw on Libyans who resent Italy's colonial past in the region.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Meanwhile, the White House says this week's summit focusing on violent extremism will look at threats other than those from ISIS. The three-day conference, they say, will be a reminder that threats come in all shapes and sizes. Fox News. We report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful, but creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offered does not include dealer upcharge, undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
Saving America big money, one listener at a time. Get ready to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off. This is Clark Howard.
Welcome to the Clark Howard Show, where you learn ways to make that wallet of yours stretch so you can keep more of what you make. We serve you at clarkhoward.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/clarkhoward. Coming up in just 20 minutes in today's Clarkrageous Moment, I want to tell you about a hot scam where people are pretending if you don't pay them money right now, you're going to jail. I'm going to tell you what backstory they tell you, and you'll know to hang up the phone. A half hour from now, you stealing anything from, let's say, a hotel? Let me tell you, they got prying eyes now to catch you. I'm going to tell you what people think it's okay to steal and what hotels are doing about it so you don't get embarrassed. So there are always people in a crowded marketplace who come up with a way to make a living, to provide a service or product that has been around for a long, long time and looks really crowded. And how could anybody make a living in that business? I remember long, long ago, far, far away, when I was in my early 20s, and I was preparing to open my first travel agency. And a guy who worked for an airline came up to me at an industry event and said, "What makes you think you're going to earn a living? Just look around here. Look how many travel agencies there are. You're just going to lose all your money." And yeah, I turned 25 by the time I opened my first travel agency, and I had enough anxiety about failing without a grizzled industry veteran telling me how I was a fool and I was going to fail because of all the competition. I ended up doing well. I ended up growing that business, ended up with multiple offices, and eventually sold the business. And of course, that industry changed, technology changed, and it became a business not to be in. I was lucky. But the fellow who said that to me worked for an airline called Eastern Airlines that went extinct. Never let somebody tell you what you can't do when you have the entrepreneurial bug. And you want people who will play devil's advocate with you. You want them to really make you think, does your business plan have holes in it? Is your idea one that'll fly? Oh, that was a bad pun. But the idea is for you to look for what is that opportunity? How can you serve people better, faster, cheaper, or whatever it is that is how you think you can make a mark in a marketplace, particularly a crowded one. Of all things, who would ever think there's an opportunity in washing people's clothes or laundering people's clothes? But I saw a story in the New York Post about a guy who was a trader on Wall Street, who was always frustrated with how his laundry was being done. And he gave up a very high-end, hugely paying job on Wall Street, and now has started a business called Wash Club. What is Wash Club? It's an app-based service where you say, hey, come get my clothes and clean them. And then they schedule with you on the app pickup time, and then when your clothes are done, they schedule to drop them off to you. They have certain marketing gimmicks, like they use chemicals, or they use a cleaning process that doesn't use harmful chemicals, blah, blah, blah. But the big thing is he saw what he felt was an opening in the marketplace, making it easy for people, instead of having to drop their clothes off, to pick them up and do it where they never have to wait a long time. Yeah, the person will be there between 1 and 4. No, it's within minutes. They'll alert you, hey, we can come bring them now, or we can pick them up now, or whatever. And their volume keeps doubling constantly. The machine's always busy. And it's an idea that, of course, they hope they can duplicate. One thing they had interesting in here, what does it cost to have somebody do the typical load of clothes that a family might have versus doing them yourself? What is the actual cost of you doing your own laundry? For a typical load, a typical family, it's $10. Using a service, it works out to be like $30. So we're not talking cheap. I mean, you're paying for the convenience of somebody doing your laundry. There are people who are happy to pay somebody $20 extra to do the laundry. The point is that here's a guy who saw a business that he felt would create opportunity by needing to be modernized. What is there out there that you, in your daily life, you see something and you're like, why did they do it that way? Why is the service so bad here? Why don't they make this? Why don't they do that? Real wealth is made having those kind of guts to get out and do something. And remember, there's two things at work when you're going to start your own business. And I don't care how crowded a business is. You just heard me say in my own life why I don't care if a business has a lot of competitors. The key is, what do you offer to the marketplace that is better than what's already there? If you've got that, don't worry about the competition. The only thing you need to worry about is doing the best job you can within the four walls of your own business. Our number, 877-87-CLARK. Ellen is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hello, Ellen. How are you doing?
Fine. How are you? Thanks for taking my call.
Certainly. You have a question for me about car rental company junk fees.
Yes. I've been doing some research on this. We recently rented a car, and I wanted to be on the contract, and they were going to charge, I don't know if I can say the amount online. They were going to charge a fee.
How much is it a day?
It was $10 a day.
$10 a day
yes.
To have an additional driver on a contract is highway robbery.
Well, we thought so. And so I've been trying to do some research on this, and I cannot get a definite answer from either the car companies or just advice online. So I figured I would go to the authority.
Right, all it is a junk fee. There is no additional cost to the car rental agency having two people drive a rental car versus one person drive a rental car. In fact, I've always alleged that it's safer for two people to share the driving, particularly if you're going to do a sightseeing trip where there'll be multiple hours of driving, that it's safer for there to be two drivers rather than one, so there's a relief driver. And it's just a made-up thing. It's just like, hey, how can we get more money out of people? So what if we charged extra if somebody else wanted to drive? Great! And that started off as like $2 a day, and it's gone up and up and up, and now you're telling me the company you were renting from is 10, which is insane, because the cost should be $0.
All right, but we did protest, and in fact, I think our auto insurance policy does cover me, and they said, well, they wouldn't let us do this unless we paid the extra.
That's right, because the car rental companies, it is their right to impose an optional rip-off fee.
Okay, it is their right.
It is their right. Let me give you another example. Let's say parents with a new baby, for whatever reason, forget when they fly somewhere, oops, we have to bring a car seat for our baby. And they then are forced to pay a daily fee to the car rental company. Generally, by the 5th day, you've paid enough renting the car seat that you could have gone out and bought one at Target or Walmart and had another car seat that you just take back with you. It's just a profit center for the car rental agencies. Now, there are ways around it. You want to hear some of the ways?
Sure, because I was thinking there had to be some marital privilege in this.
All right. Well, there are privileges that may be extended to you through various of the car rental loyalty programs. That one of the benefits you sometimes will find is that spouses drive free as a benefit of being in the loyalty program.
Okay.
And so there's generally no cost with the lowest level of the car rental company's loyalty programs. So before you rent, you just join those. There may be an option through, as an example, AAA, where if you rent through a AAA partner rental company, you may have a waiver of the second driver fee.
Okay, and this is just for joining their what is it, the Priority Club, or whatever they're called.
Yes, for each program. And it will not always be true that it will lead to a waiver. That varies by program.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gosh, I travel all the time. So I'm generally in a higher tier in those loyalty programs. Mm-hmm. And I've never had to pay that fee for my wife.
Okay.
When she's an additional driver. That's always been something we've been able to waive out of.
Okay. Well, I'm almost positive that our insurance company would cover.
Doesn't matter.
And I wouldn't need to. That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So you're saying it doesn't matter. It
doesn't matter because again, the additional driver fee is just a junk fee. It has no purpose other than coming up with additional money for the car rental agency. And so you're trying to look at it logically. This is not a logic thing. This is just about emptying your wallet. And that's why you have to be strategic about how you get around it. Doug is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Doug, I was just mentioning moments ago that a business I had been in as a young guy was in the travel agency business, and you have a question for me about that.
Yes, I do. Thank you for taking my call.
Certainly.
I was calling to see there are some online groups that will let you become a travel agent for a certain amount every month, or would it be better for someone to decide to go to school to become a travel agent?
If it's something you're serious about doing and being, you need to go to school. I went to school, and back when I was a travel agent, the airlines ran their own school I went to. And today, they're independent travel schools. But even when I finished my schooling, I felt like I was a complete beginner because there's so much to learn. There are all these programs on the web where you can pay a fee and they say that you're now a travel agent and that you're commissioned on whatever travel you refer or book, and that you're supposedly going to be eligible for special industry rates, blah, blah, blah. And the burnout on those programs is unreal because people find pretty quickly that there's more work to it and more to know than they realized. So if it's something you're serious about, I would definitely say go to school.
Okay.
And then affiliate yourself with a real traditional agency, not one of these web-based things.
Well, thank you. I need to call you over some of the other advice people out there.
Well, you're kind to say that, although other people may have different advice on that. But having worked in that business, I'll tell you, if you really want to book travel, do it in the right order. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost you thousands. But with the PMI Advantage from Quicken Loans, you may never have to pay those expensive monthly mortgage insurance premiums again. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I'm excited to tell you that the Quicken Loans PMI Advantage is our lender-paid mortgage insurance program. You see, we pay the PMI so you don't have to. Make the smart call and talk to one of our home loan experts today at 800-QUICKEN. You'll learn how the Quicken Loans PMI Advantage can give you more options, more flexibility, and may save you thousands when you refinance. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. To learn more, call us at 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit us at QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
They say life is about choices. So let me introduce you to one of the best choices you can make in life. Grainger Choice. The Grainger Choice product line has just about everything we need to keep this place running. From batteries to V-belts, safety to sump pumps. And with Grainger Choice, we can trust that every product is dependable and cost-effective. When it comes to making life choices, here's a great one. Grainger Choice. Get it? Got it? Good. Call clickgrainger.com/choice or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Know-how.
Want to rekindle that flame with the missus? Repeat after me. Honey, I'm going to stock up on motor oil.
Oh, yeah.
Because 5 quarts of Castrol Conventional and a Napa Silver Filter are just $21.99. Trust us, it works. And if it doesn't, which it may not, okay, it won't. $21.99 is still a great deal on oil. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. General states pricing. Sale prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/15.
Where did you sit when the dust settled?
Richard Petty goes back in front. They both spin. They're in the wall.
Where did you sit when the tempers flared?
And now it appears we may have a fist fight. Drivers and helmets.
Or when standing ovation took on a whole new meaning?
All the pit crews out on pit lane to salute Dale Earnhardt, who is...
Well, from where we sit, this Daytona 500 is the chance of a lifetime. Because this is your final opportunity to experience the great American race from some of the classic seats that have witnessed some of the most famous moments in racing history. And it's your first chance to say hello to the future in all new grandstands where fans will bear witness to all the legendary moments yet to come. So where will you sit this February 22nd? Don't miss your one and only chance to experience Daytona at a unique moment in history. The Daytona 500, Sunday, February 22nd. To guarantee your seats, call 1-800-PIT-SHOP or visit Daytona500.com.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Greg Lotko will be on the air with us talking about the latest trends and new technologies such as Dataverse, Spectrum Accelerator, and hybrid cloud technology. Where is Professor Gadget when we need him?
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin will be answering your questions about your lawns and your gardens on her show In the Garden with Carol Ann.
Join Bob Kennedy on Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty.
And then if you're working on a project at home and you need a little advice from an expert, Joe Reichel is the guy to call on damage control, one of the owners of Damage Control Services.
Seth Posner from AA Lock, Dock, and Security will be on the air. He'll be speaking about security systems for businesses and individuals.
Plus, another chance to get your name into the box. On Thursday, we're picking one winner to win a $340 pair of tickets to the Daytona 500. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Hi, my name is Dr. Erica Olstein with A Better You Healthcare Acupuncture and Eastern Medicine. As primary care physicians, we use acupuncture to treat back pain, arthritis, migraines, allergies, high blood pressure, thyroid disorders, hormone imbalances, stress, and more using all natural medical therapies. We treat the source of your problems, not just your symptoms. For more information, go to abetteryouhealthcare.com or call today to set up your appointment. 352-615-5566.
Here on the Clark Howard Show, I want to keep you out of harm's way, keep you away from ripoffs. Wait till you hear one that seems to be working really well for the crooks.
Scams, ripoffs, outrages. It's a Clark-rageous moment.
There's a hot scam going on right now where people are getting phone calls saying that they have committed a moving violation and that they're subject to arrest. And they have to pay a fine immediately, even right then and there on the phone, or that you're going to jail. I saw a twist on this in the Dallas Morning News that criminals are targeting people in specific metro areas and telling them that they've run a red light and that the red light camera has captured them and that they owe a fine, and that if the fine is not paid immediately, they are going to be arrested for their past due ticket. So here's the stunner. One of the communities that supposedly is calling to collect the tickets for people running a red light camera doesn't even have red light cameras. And the Dallas Morning News reports that they've been able, just in a nanosecond, to steal more than $5,000 from people in just a couple of days' time, claiming that people had run red lights in this one little town. Know that no one is going to call you and say, pay your ticket right now or you're going to the big house. It is a big fat lie. When they say, pay us right now, or go buy a money order and send it to us, or go pay for a wire, or go buy a green dot, or anything like that, you know the thing for you to do is for them to meet my friend Mr. Buzz, a dial tone. Hang up the phone. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
My bad back loves my Craftmatic.
My bad back loves my Craftmatic bed.
My bad back loves my Craftmatic adjustable bed.
These aren't actors. They're real people who sleep better every night thanks to their Craftmatic adjustable bed. Just call 800-371-9576. That's 800-371-9576 for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. Call 800-371-9576. That's 800-371-9576.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earn.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Winter won't quit in the Northeast, and now it's being felt down south.
We are going to be dealing with more freezing rain and ice across the Carolinas tonight, up towards Virginia. We're just at the freezing mark, so Nashville, you're getting that icy mix towards Chattanooga, up towards Knoxville. North of that, that's where we're getting the snowfall. And D.C., you could see your biggest snowfall so far this year.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. Egyptian airstrikes hit back at ISIS targets in Libya hours after the release of a video that purportedly shows the beheading of 21 Coptic Christians. ISIS now says they've got their sights set on Rome.
The references to Rome are not only about Christianity, but meant to draw on Libyans who resent Italy's colonial past in the region.
Fox's Catherine Herridge. Meanwhile, the White House says this week's summit focusing on violent extremism will look at threats other than those from ISIS. The three-day conference, they say, will be a reminder that threats come in all shapes and sizes. Fox News. We report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful. But creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
Kurt Busch has to stay away from his ex-girlfriend. I'm Woody Kane. The story next on NASCAR Today.
Motor Racing Network has always been your source for motorsports coverage when you couldn't be at the track. Now, MRN is even more accessible with the brand new MRN app, available on your iPhone or Android device beginning Friday, February 20th. This free app delivers all the latest motorsports news and schedules, locates nearby MRN stations, streams your favorite podcasts, and lets you interact with the MRN team on social media. Search MRN in the App Store or on Google Play. It's the Motor Racing Network at your fingertips, and it's coming February 20th. There's a more economical way to travel, and that's with a Tom Johnson Camping Center RV. Whether you're heading for excitement at the track or serenity in the mountains, get there for less, and you can go more often. Camping is available at both locations, and you can find the RV that fits your lifestyle and budget from anywhere in the country at TomJohnsonCamping.com. With available nationwide delivery and one of the largest inventories in the country. Check out our locations in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Charlotte Motor Speedway, or online at TomJohnsonCamping.com.
A Delaware judge has granted Patricia Driscoll a protective order against her ex-boyfriend, Stewart Haas Racing driver Kurt Busch. Family Court Commissioner David Jones said today Busch has to stay away from Driscoll for 1 year and must undergo evaluation for, quote, mental health problems related to anger control and impulse control. The order came after hearings in December and January. It also says Busch may not buy or possess firearms and ammunition. Driscoll alleged that Busch assaulted her in his motor coach back in September of last year at Dover International Speedway. The protective order is separate from a Dover police investigation into the allegation that Busch assaulted Driscoll. Dover police passed along their findings to the Attorney General's office, and the decision is pending on whether or not they'll seek charges against Busch. There's more at MRN.com. I'm Woody Kane. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
NASCAR fans, it's time to get charged up with New Holland. As the official agricultural equipment sponsor of NASCAR, New Holland is giving race fans the opportunity of a lifetime by offering the chance to win tickets to the Daytona 500. Visit your participating New Holland dealer to receive a free portable phone charger to keep you charged up on race day, a special equipment offer, and the chance to win tickets to the season opening race of the Daytona 500. To enter, visit Ocala Tractor on 5841 North Highway 441, February 20th from 3 to 5. Offer good while supplies last.
Join us on Saturday, March 7, 2015 for the second annual Habitat Strawberries Festival at the McPherson Government Complex. The goal of this festival is not only to provide a great time for families in Ocala, but to also raise funds to build a home for our family and our community and support Habitat for Humanity's mission to strengthen communities, build hope, and provide dignified housing solutions. Remember, Saturday, March 7, 2015 for the second annual Habitat Strawberries Festival at the McPherson Government Complex, which starts at 7 a.m. with breakfast.
WWWWOCA
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to the source. WOCA.
Your source for the number one sports weekends. Fox Sports, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM.
Welcome to the Clark Howard Show. This show's all about you saving more, spending less, not getting ripped off. Visit us at clarkhoward.com. You ever stolen a towel from a hotel? Krista, I can't picture you ever stealing a towel from a hotel. Have you done that at any time?
Absolutely not. It's stealing.
Joel, have you ever taken a towel from a hotel?
I did one time.
One time.
I took the thing that you stand on when you're drying off. What do you call those? Like that you put on the floor?
Bath mat?
Yeah, the bath mat.
You stole a bath mat from a hotel?
I know.
Kim, you ever stolen a towel from a hotel?
I have not, but word in my family is that my grandmother used to do that all the time.
Well, a survey says that more than 2/3 of us have stolen a towel or what's referred to as an item of linen. That'd be like
bathrobes.
Bathrobes.
Big, yeah.
From a hotel. Hotels. Listen to this stat. It's funny. It's a story about America, but the article's in the British newspaper, the Daily Mail. Hotels have to replace 20% of their towels monthly because people feel like, hey, it's part of the room rate to steal the towels. What's that about? It's their towel. You just got to use it when you were staying there that night. Don't steal the towels. But listen to this. There's a technology that a company in Miami developed that hotels are ramping out big time. that is kind of like one of those things that, you know, the anti-shoplifting tags that they'll have on everything in a store that teenagers shop at, or expensive clothing items, typically in a women's clothing store, that suddenly the lights start flashing and the noise starts going off when you go through the door with one of those items. Electronic stores have all those things. And so someone has developed an ultra cheap way to put a tiny, tiny chip into the hotel towels and stuff. And if you were going out the door of the hotel there, instead of having those big things with the lights and all that, just a little teensy tiny antenna that senses that you're going out that door with the hotel towel, and they got you red-handed. Hotels, to this point, are not prosecuting anybody. They're using the power of embarrassment to get those towels or robes back from people. Already 2,000 hotels are using this from like nothing a blink ago because it's such a big expense for them. I want you to know, not a good idea anytime to steal. And I hope someone will post, maybe on our general discussion message board, why it is that if you have taken towels or whatever from a hotel, why you feel like that's part of what you get with your room rate. Because I just don't understand. Our number 877-87-CLARK. Paul is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Clark.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, but I'll get over it.
You have an identity theft question for me that's a great one.
Yes, I do. When I go to doctor's offices or hospitals, and recently a motel, they almost demand a copy of your driver's license. And I just don't feel comfortable doing that. And I've since found some statutes in my home state that say it's illegal.
So let me tell you where that started, and now it's become a big part of identity theft that's happening, especially at doctors' offices, medical centers, hospitals, labs. So people were, I know this is going to be crazy, but people were using other people's medical cards to get care. So someone who didn't have insurance would borrow the card of a friend or family member, or they'd use a stolen card to get medical care as if they were you, so that it would go under your insurance and get them the negotiated rates and the much lower out-of-pocket. And so it was to stamp out the medical insurance fraud that the requirement for a picture ID came about. Mm-hmm. The problem is, as we've had again and again and again, there's been so much identity theft that's occurring because of the terribly lax security standards that hospitals, doctors, and now we're finding out health insurers, that the whole medical industry has been basically a laughingstock in security circles. And so you give over that driver's license, and that information gets captured by a criminal with what else is in your medical record, they're off to the races.
That's what I felt like.
So do you have
to just show it to them,
yeah,
and they won't accept it. They want a copy.
Yeah, they take it, they scan it into a machine, and that way, if there's ever a dispute where the insurer says, well, we don't believe you treated Paul, we believe it was an imposter, and they say, wait, look at his digital image. We got Paul's picture, we got the whole deal on him. So they're not caring about the consequences for you of what happens to you with identity theft. It's all about everybody trying to cover their rear ends to deal with the insurance fraud. Mm-hmm. So what I recommend, I use a different form of government-issued ID when I go to a doctor's office. I use my global entry card.
I've got one.
Do you have one of those?
And I've got a gun permit too, which now has a picture on it.
So I use global entry. I never give a doctor's office my driver's license because there's just too much information on that driver's license that could hurt me falling in the wrong hands. The global entry card, maybe your gun permit, has a whole lot less that puts you at risk.
That's a great idea.
Can I give another suggestion?
Sure.
Never fill in the Social Security number on any medical form at any doctor's office, hospital, lab, diagnostic facility, surgery center, on and on and on, anything to do with medical. The only reason they want your Social Security number is why?
Yeah.
Do you know why they want it?
No, I don't.
The only reason they want it is if you don't pay a portion or all of your bill, that it's much easier for them to turn you over to a collection agency if they have that.
Yeah.
So you have identified another big problem, which is the photo ID, trying to solve a problem for them, now in turn causing a problem for you and me. Chris is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Clark. How are you?
Great, thank you. Your son is headed to Ireland.
Ireland, and also I just found out he's going to make a short stop in London, England. So he's going to be in Ireland and England.
Wow, sounds fun.
Yes, yes.
How can I help?
Well, I know that I've heard you talk about different ways to get currency and to make sure you get the exchange currency once you're there. But I don't want to give him access to my credit card, and I didn't know what's the best way to handle having some sort of credit card associated with just, maybe $500 so that he would have that to spend while he was over there.
So this is a case that calls for a debit card.
Yes.
For him.
I'm thinking.
And are you, there are 60 million people that I think that are USAA members. Do you happen to be a USAA member?
Yes, sir. I'm a veteran.
Oh, man. Okay, it's like I won the lottery. It was just, I had a 1 in 5 chance, and there you were. So USAA has a youth, he's a minor child?
Yes, 17.
Okay, so USAA has a youth checking account that you can open for free, and it comes attached with a debit card that he can use foreign currency junk fee free overseas.
Awesome.
So it's tied in with your USAA account. Do you have a USAA credit card or bank account?
Yes, I do. I just don't use it very much, but I do have one. I just don't use it.
So it's kind of like a companion to your account, but the money at risk is limited to the money you put in that account for while he's traveling overseas.
I see. And so when he gets over there, he can just use it to make purchases, and there's no fee for using it overseas.
Exactly.
Okay.
And with USAA, you have to establish what's known as a travel alert that you do signing into your master USAA account.
Okay.
And you set that up, and you let him know where the travel will be and all that, and then he'll be blocked from using it in a foreign country.
I see.
And then if he ends up running through money quicker than you're happy with and you need to put more money in, you can do it almost instantly, and then he'll have access to more money as he needs it.
Yeah, that's not likely to happen because he'll have to make do with what's on there. So.
Okay, so that would be the easiest way to get the money part done.
Now, Clark, on the phone use overseas, he has a phone associated with my phones, and one of the big carriers.
Who are you with?
Verizon.
So Verizon is an interesting case. Many of the Verizon phones, because Verizon offers their service on a technology called CDMA that almost nobody uses in the world.
Right.
A lot of the Verizon phones come with what's known as a GSM slip or slot in them.
Okay.
And So before he goes, you need to go into, I wouldn't trust who you talk to on the phone. Go in with his phone into a Verizon store, and with someone there, see if in fact it has a GSM slot. And if it does, that's what's called a GSM SIM slot.
Okay.
Or SIM card slot. And if it does, then he can buy a local SIM card when he gets to Dublin.
Oh, I see.
And then he would use that while he's there.
And it won't be the $1 something a minute.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ireland is more expensive for cell phone service than a lot of other European countries, but it'll still be much cheaper buying a local SIM.
I see.
And then he buys a data plan, and then with you, it would be best to communicate back and forth over Skype, use Skype to his Skype, or one of the other services like that.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. I appreciate your help.
All right. I hope he has a great trip. And for other folks, if you don't have the USAA card to play, Charles Schwab offers an account for minors that's a real deal and has no monthly fees. And you can use the Charles Schwab debit card for ATM fee-free use outside the United States, and also as a purchasing card outside the United States. And there are absolutely no fees at all. Generally, you need to have a Charles Schwab account and then set one up for your minor child. And ultimately, the goal is they hope that your minor child will become an investor, and it will go way beyond just using their account for a special trip like this. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Most cell phone companies have one big plan they think fits everyone, but Consumer Cellular thinks your plan should fit you. How much talk, text, and web use is just right? You name it. You'll never pay for more than you need, and we'll never ask you to sign a contract. Plans start at just $10 a month. Get free activation, a $35 value. Take 30 days to try Consumer Cellular risk-free. If you don't love it, cancel and pay nothing. And Consumer Cellular is the only wireless service endorsed by AARP, so you know the service is great, and members can save even more with special discounts. Why spend another day paying for more than you need? Consumer Cellular has a plan with your name on it and the savings to match. Start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Stop by a Target or Sears store to pick out your new phone in person, or go to consumercellular.com and we'll ship your phone for free.
AARP receives royalty fees for the use of its intellectual property. These fees are used for the general purposes of AARP.
Want to rekindle that flame with the missus? Repeat after me. Honey, I'm going to stock up on motor oil.
Oh, yeah.
Because 5 quarts of Castrol Conventional and a Napa Silver Filter are just $21.99. Trust us, it works. And if it doesn't, which it may not, okay, it won't. $21.99 is still a great deal on oil. Conquer the job with Napa Know-How. General states pricing. Sale prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/15.
A message from DAV to returning veterans. Thank you for doing your duty and doing our bidding. Thank you for stepping up and not backing down. Thank you for putting yourself in harm's way and putting your buddies' lives ahead of your own. Thank you for defending our freedom and displaying your honor. DAV thanks all veterans by fighting to get them the benefits and support they were promised. Visit DAV.org for free help. And again, thank you.
Hi, my name is Dr. Erica Olstein with A Better You Healthcare Acupuncture and Eastern Medicine. As primary care physicians, we use acupuncture to treat back pain, arthritis, migraines, allergies, high blood pressure, thyroid disorders, hormone imbalances, stress, and more using all natural medical therapies. We treat the source of your problems, not just your symptoms. For more information, go to abetteryouhealthcare.com or call today to set up your appointment. 352-615-5566.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-CLARK. Rachel is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hello, Rachel. How are you?
Hi, Clark. Thank you so much. We appreciate your show and your advice, and that's why I'm calling.
Well, thank you. How can I serve you?
I'm an Anthem Blue Cross customer, and so we're concerned about this data breach.
As you should be.
And I was looking on your website for the credit freeze process and found out or ran across something that TransUnion says they're doing. It's something that got announced this February. And it said something about an app that you can download and be able to, for free, credit lock and unlock anytime you wish. And it wasn't something that I'd ever heard you talk about in credit freezing, which seemed like more of a permanent process and a little bit harder to have your credit thawed.
Well, my understanding is that the TransUnion app is doing essentially that it is credit freeze. Krista, what did you see?
It has a feature on it's just like their website where it has a feature. They've added a feature to their app that allows you to lock and freeze and unfreeze your credit just like you can on their website.
So the term is, they're using it as an interchangeable term. But the fact that it's free if you use the app is a real breakthrough. And I have not seen that it's free. So you saw that it said that you don't have to pay anything?
Yes, it said free and immediate, that you can unlock it immediately and then relock it, as soon as you've done whatever credit process you need to do.
Well, that is how credit freeze works on a computer. With any of the bureaus, it is just like that. You can thaw it immediately. I found that it seems to be within seconds after I've thawed that someone can run credit. I had to make a change for my internet service back, I think, in November. And I called up and I said, what bureau do you pull from? And they told me, right now I don't remember which one it was. And so I said, do you mind hanging on the line, and I'm going to thaw that credit file. The person didn't know what that meant, but they said, okay. And so I did it, and I said, okay, now it's okay to run my credit. Sure enough, bam, they were able to do it right then and there. So it is a process that is essentially instantaneous.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if it was too good to be true, but I knew that I could trust your insight over just what the internet was saying.
But Rachel, on the issue of whether by using the app that the normal fee structure for credit freeze being waived, I've not heard that anywhere. So I'm going to go dig on that and see if that's really the case.
Great.
And if that is not true, I'm going to make sure I share that with your fellow listener. If it is true, I'm going to share that with your fellow listener, and we're going to get back with you and let you know that it is something that truly is free or you'll have to pay for. But credit freeze is going to give you a lot of peace of mind with the whole Anthem mess.
Thank you, Clark.
Have a great day. Credit freeze, if you haven't done it, it's the cheapest insurance you could ever get, even if you have to pay. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Carol McHugh. A train hauling crude oil is derailed in southern West Virginia. At least one car ended up in the Kanawha River near the town of Mount Carbon. 14 cars are in flames, forcing the evacuation of a couple of hundred families. There are no injuries. The ice and snow buildup shows no sign of letting up in New England.
The nor'easter is far from over while New Hampshire residents cope with strong winds and frigid temperatures. Power outages have been reported across the region. New Hampshire received up to 20 inches of snow in some parts over the weekend. More snow is headed its way later this week.
Fox's Hillary Vaughn. 60s singer Leslie Gore has died.
Gore topped the charts in 1963 with It's My Party and followed it up with the hits Judy's Turn to Cry and the anthemic You Don't Own Me.
You don't own me.
The 68-year-old died of cancer at a medical center in Manhattan.
Fox Radio's Michelle Polino. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful, but creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
Real estate estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Warrior, teaching you to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off. He's Clark Howard.
Welcome to the Clark Howard Show, where you learn ways to save more and spend less, and don't let anybody ever rip you off. Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Clark Howard, and our web address, clarkhoward.com. Coming up a half hour from now, how do you teach your kids about money? Do you ever have a conversation with your kids about money? Should you tell your kids what you make? I'm going to talk about strategies to raise Clark Smart kids in 30 minutes. I want you to be around for your kids. And there's a health problem that we have for a lot of people in the United States, and that's melanoma. Melanoma rates are ugly, scary, and melanoma is a dangerous form of skin cancer. I have a brother who has had melanoma, and fortunately for him, knock on wood, the melanoma was caught early enough, and it should have no lifespan issues for him at all. But all too often, people have never been to a dermatologist, have never had a suspicious thing on their skin looked at, and the consequences can be passed too late. They can be fatal. And it's something that's very frustrating to dermatologists. My dermatologist, because of HIPAA, can't name a patient, but has said to me, please encourage people to not ignore something unusual on their skin, and went on to tell a story about a friend of his who kept ignoring something, and by the time he came in, sure enough, it was past too late, and his friend died way too young. So I've now said it, Doc, and I hope that you'll heed that. But the problem is, it's not easy to get an appointment with a dermatologist because of the problems they have with managed care and insurers cramming down the fees paid. Most dermatologists are making their money doing elective skin stuff now. That's where the money is, doing where those things they do, Botoxy kind of things. I don't know what all those things are that people buy. But anyway, that's where all the emphasis is. And then for wellness checks or whatever, that's the part they lose money on, and so the care is basically rationed. So I am ecstatic that there's now companies coming up with apps where you use your smartphone to take a picture of a suspicious thing on your body, suspicious mole or whatever, and you send that picture in, and then in 24 hours, a licensed dermatologist evaluates it and lets you know, a board-certified dermatologist, lets you know if you need to be seen right away or not at all. And this is big-time serious stuff. I saw on a health blog where the chances that there will be a dangerous melanoma that will be found is very small. But when one is found, which in a test they were found, that it is that quick response of being able to find it is truly the difference between life and death. So you can download an app. One that's been written about a fair amount, been on TV, is if you go to firstderm.com, you download the app, you take the picture, you send it in, and then you pay. I mean, you pay for it to be evaluated. So you wouldn't do it unless there was something that you were concerned about. But you do it, they give you a case number, you're able to see the evaluation, and it's $40 to have it evaluated by a licensed dermatologist. So I assume that's like what an office visit usually would be under most managed care. The difference is you're able to take the picture, and a lot of times, ladies, the guy in your life will not go to the doctor no matter what. So this way, if you got that thing you've been nagging him about, just take the picture, send it in, have it checked out, and most of the time you'll have peace of mind. But if it is something suspicious, remember, you could truly be saving his life. So there are others as well, other than the First Derm. I just want you to know there's a simple way to help keep you safe. Mandy's with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Mandy.
Hi.
How are you?
A little concerned this afternoon, but doing well other than that.
Let me see if I can help.
I just checked my mail, and I received a credit card offer, not for me, for my 10-year-old. I'm a little concerned that maybe does this mean his credit's been, stolen?
His identity's been swiped?
Yes.
It's possible, but not necessarily the case. So you got a pre-approved in the mail.
Yes, sir.
Which my kids started getting from when they were very young because we travel a lot.
Yes.
And so the airlines will sell off your information because as a general rule, not always as a firm rule, but as a general rule, people who fly tend to be people who have more money. Mm-hmm. And so those mailing lists, those solicitation lists are very valuable of air travelers. And so if your 10-year-old has flown recently, that could be the reason for the solicitation. I still remember when my now 15-year-old was in kindergarten and had just learned to scratch out her name and stuff. She got a pre-approved offer for a credit limit up to $100,000 for an American Express. And I said, Steffi, look what you've got here. Why don't you fill this out and get an American Express card? And she didn't realize I was joking. And I looked back and she was trying to fill out the application at 5 years old.
Well, yes, it says on the offer, get the card for college and beyond. And we are not in middle school yet. So we're trying to teach him how to save his allowance, but not to be paying off credit card bills.
Right. And so it is possible because kids are much more subject to identity theft than adults. 35 times more likely, according to one study. So it's possible that there is freak out zone here, but it's also possible it's just a travel referral. So the easiest way for you to find out is to see if your 10-year-old has a credit report.
Okay.
And so you can, for a minor child, it's not easy like you just going on a computer and getting an instant report for free from annualcreditreport.com. You have to actually send in information to the credit bureau to request the free copy of the report for your child. And what you hope is it comes back no file.
And that's to all three credit bureaus?
If you can start with one. Does it say on the pre-approved whose credit file they're relying on? It may well say so on the back disclosure.
I haven't read that far. I just got a little freaked out by the cover letter.
Okay. So I would tell you first, calm yourself. Hopefully it's not anything like that, because when I mentioned air travel, that's something you do in your family?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So that's the likeliest cause. But if you just want to make sure, normally on the back, they'll say they rely on a credit report from blah, blah, blah. And whichever credit bureau it is, at least just request that one. And most likely they'll come back with a response, no record, no file.
Great, thank you.
But if there is a file, then you call me back, then it's time for you to freak out, and then we'll talk through what you do next.
Awesome, thank you so much for your help.
Okay, have a great day. Our number 877-87-CLARK, and Steve is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Clark. Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure to have you.
I was wondering if you can tell me about these lakefront bank liquidation properties I've been seeing in mail flyers and hearing about on my local radio stations.
Was $149,000, now available for $8,750. Liquidations, once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. How am I doing?
Well, it sounds like you're the guy.
How close was I to the numbers on the offers that you've seen?
Well, I'd say you're right on the money there.
Really? I was just making that up. I've seen so many of those things. All right, you want to know the real story?
Yes, please.
Okay, during the real estate bubble, people were pouring money into developments at third-level lakes, fourth-level lakes, remote mountain communities, and the value of the land was being bid way up, and everybody thought it was the path paved to gold. And so all these developments failed, almost without exception. They were going on early to mid last decade. And so now here we are, mid next decade, and they're still sitting with all these lots they're basically phantom communities. Most of them, nothing's actually ever happened at them. And so the banks are trying to, or if hedge funds or whoever ends up with the property, they're trying to turn what they bought for like almost no money back into some value. So they may have had some truth to them. It may have been 12 years ago that they were selling lakefront lots for $150,000. The hedge fund may have bought those lots for $1,500. And now they're trying to market them for $10,000 or whatever they can get. Right. The reality is there was so much speculation and so much hype that the things were never worth anywhere near the was on those brochures, and they may not even be worth the is being asked for now. You got to know an area and know intrinsic value before you get into it. You know what else you got to know?
What's that?
Are there utilities there?
Okay.
What's it like to get utilities? What is the fire protection in that area? You know, in most areas there will be a fire protection rating, and you don't want to buy in an area where essentially if anything happened, your cabin or home or whatever you would build there burns to the ground. And my favorite of all is if you do buy at a lake or you buy in a mountain community, buy finished construction, because they're a deal and you don't have to worry about, can you permit it? Can you PERT for having a septic field? You're buying something that's actually there that you can start using right away, what I call fast food resort home.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested, but I'm very leery, and
you should be.
I absolutely do not want to go attend a high-pressure sales pitch.
Don't. And I'll tell you, there are so many people who've bought raw land at resorty kind of areas that cannot get rid of those lots no matter what. And they have to keep paying for them. And that's no fun at all. So what is your goal?
Well, it would be a long-term goal. Maybe someplace to retire, or maybe just someplace to go to on the weekends if conditions permit.
All right, then completely forget the raw land thing and follow what I said a minute ago. Buy something that's an actual place that you can go to, that's done, that's finished, that's there. And those are a deal anyway, too. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost you thousands. But with the PMI Advantage from Quicken Loans, you may never have to pay those expensive monthly mortgage insurance premiums again. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I'm excited to tell you that the Quicken Loans PMI Advantage is our lender-paid mortgage insurance program. You see, we pay the PMI so you don't have to. Make the smart call and talk to one of our home loan experts today at 800-QUICKEN. You'll learn how the Quicken Loans PMI Advantage can give you more options, more flexibility, and may save you thousands when you refinance. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. To learn more, call us at 800-QUICKEN. That's 800-QUICKEN, or visit us at QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
Racing legend Richard Petty for Blue Emu.
Maintenance is important. To help me keep feeling my best, I use odor-free Blue Emu made with real emu oil. Blue Emu Continuous Pain Relief Spray has an active ingredient to relieve the aches and pains of my muscles and joints, and it's perfect for hard-to-reach places. Hey, even us precision machines need a little help sometimes. Use what I use, Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
Blue Emu, available at Walmart, Walgreens, Rite Aid, and other fine stores.
Vision Computers starts with great prices and then focuses on service. Here's an example. 3.5 gigahertz quad-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM, 500 gig hard drive, plus a 3-year warranty for only $449. This includes Vision's 3-year warranty on parts and labor and 1-year managed service over the phone or remotely. 15 seconds is the longest you'll ever hold for live tech support. VisionComputers.com or call Vision and they'll design your custom system. 877-9VISION. 877-9VISION.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey Checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
The most trusted name in news, Fox News, every half hour, only on 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-CLARK. Mary's with us. Mary, you have a question for me about credit freeze and something you're being told by one of the major credit bureaus. Is that right?
Yes, it is, Clark. Thank you for taking my call.
I'm glad you're here.
I got a letter from my insurance company saying that there would be more information coming. They're not saying that my account itself was hacked, but I was concerned, so I started checking on the credit freeze thing through your website, and one of the websites I went to when I was reading them, the information specific to my state said a security freeze may delay, interfere with, or prohibit the timely approval of, and then there's a whole list of things. And one of the things they listed was internet credit card transaction. And so I wonder, does that mean, like if you want to use a credit card and shopping online?
Okay, first, I got to see that language because they're lying. You're telling me that one of the 3 major credit bureaus is putting out a big fat lie?
Well, wow.
Okay, so
it's what it says.
I should point out the credit bureaus hate credit freeze.
Oh.
I'm so surprised they haven't hired somebody to take me out yet. Run me over with a Mack truck or something, because credit freeze eats up their potential revenue. Because the way the credit bureau model works is they build a dossier on you, package you, slice you, dice you, and sell your information without your knowledge or permission again and again and again. So when you put credit freeze in place, they can no longer package and sell you. So that's why they put all that dire language up. You're able to use all your existing credit exactly as you are. It doesn't affect how any transaction goes through for credit you already have. The only thing credit freeze does is exactly what you're trying to prevent, which is an absolute stranger assuming your identity and applying for credit as if they're you. And for you, when you do need to apply for credit, you've got to go temporarily thaw your credit file, which takes no time at all, and then you go about your business. So they just want to fearmonger because Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian want their money. But I think we should go to a system where everyone's credit is essentially frozen until you need it, because nobody's come up with an effective way to stop all the identity theft and the problems associated with it. But you are a smart lady to freeze your credit. Don't let them scare you. This is the Clark Howard Show.
A message from DAV to returning veterans. Thank you for doing your duty and doing our bidding. Thank you for stepping up and not backing down. Thank you for putting yourself in harm's way and putting your buddies' lives ahead of your own. Thank you for defending our freedom and displaying your honor. DAV thanks all veterans by fighting to get them the benefits and support they were promised. Visit DAV.org for free help. And again, thank you.
Hey, Bob, how's business? Is the new website helping?
Not good. I can't figure out how to get the website finished. How did you do it?
Easy. I called Web.com. They built my website for free. Then they promoted it on all the search engines.
Like Google, Yahoo, and Bing?
Exactly. And Web.com has helped grow my business so much, I had to bring on new staff.
Hey, if Web.com did it for you, they're perfect for me.
Call now, 1-800-535-8815. That's 1-800-535-8815. Again, 1...
WOCA
1370 WOCA.
Fox News Radio, I'm Carol McHugh. A train hauling crude oils derailed in southern West Virginia. At least one car ended up in the Kanawha River near the town of Mount Carbon. 14 cars are in flames, forcing the evacuation of a couple of hundred families. There are no injuries. The ice and snow buildup shows no sign of letting up in New England.
The nor'easter is far from over while New Hampshire residents cope with strong winds and frigid temperatures. Power outages have been reported across the region. New Hampshire received up to 20 inches of snow in some parts over the weekend. More snow is headed its way later this week.
Fox's Hillary Vaughn. 60s singer Leslie Gore has died.
Gore topped the charts in 1963 with It's My Party and followed it up with the hits Judy's Turn to Cry and the anthemic You Don't Own Me.
You don't own me.
The 68-year-old died of cancer at a medical center in Manhattan.
Fox Radio's Michelle Polino. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful, but creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
On the next AM Ocala Live, Greg Lotka will be on the air with us talking about the latest trends and new technologies such as Dataverse, Spectrum Accelerator, and hybrid cloud technology. Where is Professor Gadget when we need him?
News Bites, the hottest news and current events are bite-sized.
And then Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin will be answering your questions about your lawns and your gardens on her show In the Garden with Carol Ann.
Join Bob Kennedy on Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty.
And then if you're working on a project at home and you need a little advice from an expert, Joe Reichel is the guy to call on Damage Control, one of the owners of Damage Control Services.
Seth Posner from AA Lock, Dock, and Security will be on the air. He'll be speaking about security systems for businesses and individuals.
Plus, another chance to get your name into the box. On Thursday, we're picking one winner to win a $340 pair of tickets to the Daytona 500. All of that plus fun with Joe on the next AM Ocala Live right here on The Source, WOCA 96.3 FM.
1370 AM.
Let's give it up for old asphalt and a new pair of shoes. Let's give it up for a good rhythm meeting a sweet melody. For a church cookout under clear skies. Let's give it up for good things coming together, like bundling your auto and other policies together with an Allstate agent, which can save you time and keep you better protected. Let's give it up for good.
To receive your comparative insurance quote, contact the McDonald Agency at 622-2333.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs.
Proud sponsor of College of Central Florida basketball on WOCA The Source.
Join us on Saturday, March 7, 2015 for the second annual Habitat Strawberries Festival at the McPherson Government Complex. The goal of this festival is not only to provide a great time for families in Ocala, but to also raise funds to build a home for our family in our community and support Habitat for Humanity's mission to strengthen communities, build hope, and provide dignified housing solutions. Remember, Saturday, March 7, 2015 for the second annual Habitat Strawberries Festival at the McPherson Government Complex, which starts at 7 a.m. with breakfast.
So you need a credit card, but how do you choose? Let's compare the big banks to Florida Credit Union. They have rewards, and we do too. They have customer service. Hello, 24/7. They have celebrities. Hey, Danny. But with Florida Credit Union, there's no annual fee, no liability for fraudulent charges, and no 22% interest rates. Choose Florida Credit Union, and you'll not only have a great credit card, but you'll have the support and personal touch that the big banks, well, can't touch. Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new truck.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Welcome to the Clark Howard Show, where you learn ways to save more and spend less, and don't let anybody rip you off. Our number 877-87-CLARK, our web address, clarkhoward.com. Follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Clark Howard. I wrote a book 10 years ago, I guess, about 10 years ago, called Clark Smart Parents, Clark Smart Kids. It was my strong belief then that the key to your kids handling money better is for you to have a continual conversation, what are called teaching moments, with your kids. In most families, parents don't talk about money with their kids. They don't want their kids to worship money. And that's true. You don't want it to be about money, money, money. But it should be about responsibility and learning how to handle money in a responsible way and using knowledge to do so. One of the things that instinctively was really important to me, and something I did with my own children, was use math as a way to teach kids about what is a good value and what's not. And with my kids, from when they were old enough to understand simple math, usually early in elementary school, each of my kids learned about unit pricing. And I would take each of my children, as they reached the right age, on repeated trips to the supermarket, and they would learn this is cheaper than that because you get this for so many cents per ounce and that's so many more per ounce. And it's a lesson clearly learned. My 9-year-old, I think, has learned it too well. And I think is too focused on what's a good deal and what's not. I think I over-taught him, if there is such an expression. But with kids, age appropriate, the lessons need to continue. It is not a talk. And don't rely on just the schools to do it. Because something somewhat discouraging, I'm a real fan of schools attempting to teach personal finance. But there have been a lot of studies that have found that the kids who've been through personal finance education in school don't necessarily handle money better than kids who've not taken that. A study at Harvard found that, going back to what I said about using math to teach personal finance, that the more math ability that a kid has to reason about financial decisions, the better off they're going to be and the better decisions they're going to make as adults. That people who are really good at using math analytically make less emotional and more practical decisions with how they handle money. So challenge to any of you who teach math in elementary, middle, or high school. You can make math really relevant to kids who are zoning out by using money examples. I remember visiting with a high school teacher who had designed his own curriculum where he used the principles of math in teaching how car loans worked, and took the formulas, and instead of math just being really, really Dullsville, it related to something that teenagers are focused on, and that's how affordable a car is. Practical, real-life stuff, marrying math. The kids' math will be better, and their knowledge with money hopefully will be better too. Dave is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hi, Dave.
Hi, Clark. How are you doing?
Great, thank you, Dave. You have a great question for me.
Well, I heard you mention a while ago that you use a dedicated Chromebook for only your most sensitive financial matters, and I was very intrigued by that and was wondering if you would just kind of expound on that idea and maybe talk me into it.
All right, well, let me tell you what I am doing. I use the Chromebook as my traveling computer because, I travel like every week. And I use the Chromebook for when I'm on my treadmill desk, but I actually pay my bills on a dedicated Windows PC. I don't know any reason why I couldn't do that on a dedicated Chromebook. In fact, that would probably be absolutely fine to do, because a Chromebook is, I would imagine, and a techie could tell me better than I could, it's probably even a more secure way for a business or an individual to pay bills on and deal with financial sites than a Mac or a PC would be, a Windows computer.
But you use that Windows PC just exclusively for that sensitive?
The only thing I use it for, there's never an email sent from it. There's never a web page surfed. The only thing that computer has ever been used for from the day I bought it till this moment we're talking right now is to go on my brokerage account, my mutual fund account, my bank account, and to bill pay.
Well, that sounds like a very good idea. I think I should look into it.
And they're so cheap now, Dave. I mean, we're talking about the cheapest insurance policy you could ever have to protect your finances, because having a dedicated computer, you can buy Windows computers now at or below $200.
Wow, yeah, that is inexpensive insurance. Lets you sleep a little easier at night.
And you know who needs to think about it more than anybody else? Anybody who owns his or her own business. Because the difference, do you own your own business?
No.
All right, so listen to this. This will cause people who own their own business to maybe not sleep as well hearing us talk about this. If you or I have our accounts compromised and they're personal accounts, generally we're protected under the law, especially any bank account, we're protected. But a business account that in whatever way gets hacked, the business has to show that it took what's known as due care, or the business may suffer all the losses from that hack, not the bank.
Wow.
So that's why for any business, having the dedicated separate computer for financial transactions is a key step at being able to illustrate due care and having what insurers tend to call a safe harbor from being exposed to the risk. And I also believe, Dave, that businesses should look at having hack insurance, which is a fast-growing area of insurance for big companies, only more recently for mid-size and small companies. Because somebody who's worked a lifetime building up a business, the whole business could be wiped out from one hack.
Is there personal hack insurance on the market?
There's personal identity theft insurance kind of products, but I wouldn't worry about those very much. I mean, you sound like you're a pretty cautious guy. And if you do the separate computer to do your financial transactions, that provides you a significant layer of protection, and I'd feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I think I will go ahead and do that. Like you say, it's the prices of those things have come down so much. You almost have to do it. There's no reason not to.
And I'm telling you, I love my Chromebook so much, unrelated to what we're talking about. The Chromebook, and I guess you could use the Chromebook for this. The Chromebook goes on the internet so fast. It's lightning fast. They're very portable, very light. And I've had a MacBook Air. Since I got my Chromebook, my MacBook Air has not been used a single time.
Wow. And so much more expensive.
Yeah, the Chromebook is so much better than the MacBook Air. And it's $200 or less versus the MacBook Air, which I think is $950. And it's a better computer.
And then you just rest easier knowing that dedicated device that you only use just a fraction of the time is totally offline and unavailable.
That is the idea.
9% of the time.
What I do is I power it off after I use it, and then I have to go through the full power up each time I do use it so that nothing's lurking in the background any time ever. And I guess that puts me into a paranoid category. But with all the things I hear, I guess I need to be a little bit paranoid. Benjamin's with us. Benjamin, I'd like to welcome you to the Clark Howard Show. How are you doing, Benjamin?
I'm doing great, Clark. Just a little bit nervous. First time on the radio.
Don't be nervous. We're having fun together here. How can I serve you, Benjamin?
Well, I'm 19 years old. I'm at a community college, and I'm working part-time at a major company in the United States. And I'm thinking about going into the military. and I just wanted to get your take on that. I've talked to a lot of people about it. I've been doing a lot of research, and I know it varies by corps. Do you have any particular corps you like over another? I know you've served before, I think in the Navy.
No, my brother was a naval officer. My other brother was in the National Guard, actually in the Air Guard, and I'm in the State Guard.
Oh, okay.
And my dad, my deceased father, was an Army officer. So we're covering a lot of the branches of the service just in my family. And I come from a family with a long, proud military tradition, and one that it is something that we just believe at our core in our family you do. So it's not a fair question for you, because I love that patriotic instinct in you that you want to serve our country, and that's fantastic. You're in school right now. What are you studying at community college?
I started on community college, and I wanted to get an associate's in arts, but I changed my mind after listening to your show, and I think that I want to go and get a degree in finance. But the degree at my community college, they don't have a degree in finance, so I'm doing a 2-year degree in business management, and then I'm gonna hopefully transfer to a major university and get a degree in finance.
Well, there's 2 ways to do this. Okay, if you stay and finish in school, and you'll be done in your early 20s, you then would be in a position to go into whatever branch of the service felt right to you as an officer. You go through officer candidate school, you have the bachelor's degree, and you'd have a big leg up. My experience is that although there are people who enlist in the military who eventually do get a degree, more often than not, people who go in without an undergraduate degree never finish school. And so if you are enjoying school and you stay on that path, it might be a better time when you finish your degree. You'll have some work experience. And one of the neat things with the military is if you go in with a bachelor's degree, particularly if you go on an officer track, the military will tend to send you on to school to get a master's degree while you're in the service. And so it puts you on a whole different trajectory in terms of what happens to you while you're in the service and what happens to you the rest of your life.
I see what you're saying. And are there any, if let's say I got a degree like in journalism or something else other than finance, are they picky on what degree you come in with, or do they just want you to have some sort of a degree?
It completely depends on the needs of the recruit. The recruiters are told what they really need at a particular time. So, and especially right now, there's kind of a hangover of so many people who are on active duty as we're dialing back our involvement, at least for now, knock on wood, in wars around the world, that this would be a time it's likely better for you to stay in school. And as the military cycles out and needs a new era of recruits, maybe in 3 or 4 years' time would be a better entry point for you to go in the military.
I like that advice. And one last question for you. I haven't read much on this, but I noticed a lot of younger guys who go into the military, they immediately get married. Do you know if there's any benefit to that, or why that's done? Should I be rushing for a bride?
I don't know where to go with that. It is common. A lot of young recruits get married at a very, very young age, and that has benefits, and there are also hiccups with that. I think I'm going to leave that alone for now. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
All loans subject to OnDeck score approval must be in business at least 1 year to apply. Every day, more and more small business owners are trusting OnDeck for the quick, hassle-free funding they need.
As restaurant owners, my husband and I simply don't have the time for the tedious processing and long waits when it comes to bank financing. OnDeck's process is quick, easy to understand, and gives us the ability to grow our business.
Our accounting firm was in need of working capital. On Deck was terrific and came through with the funding we needed within 24 hours.
At On Deck, we focus on your business operations and not just your credit score, and we can help with true term loans of up to $250,000. Our loan costs and terms are transparent and understandable, and our application process takes as little as 10 minutes. On Deck is a publicly listed company on the New York Stock Exchange, and we provided $1.7 billion nationwide. So if you're a small business owner who's looking for a trustworthy lender, funding could be available in just one business day. Go to OnDeckLending.com or call 800-251-3638. That's 800-251-3638.
We were rolling down this road in
Anbar Province.
All of a sudden
There's a huge explosion.
We knew right away.
It was an IED.
Then we started taking sniper fire
and RPGs from the hills.
Today's servicewomen face the same combat dangers as men.
It's pretty amazing.
We made it out alive.
But at home, women veterans face different challenges. DAV understands this and fights to get women veterans the health, disability, and financial benefits they were promised. Visit DAV.org for free help.
Would you wait several days for your shower to get hot? Would you wait several days to feel the full effect of relief from your nasal congestion? Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray could take that long. But if you're congested now and you want powerful relief now, use Afrin No Drip. Afrin starts working in seconds and keeps working for 12 hours. So why wait several days to feel the full effect? When you can start to get relief in seconds with Afrin. Afrin, powerful congestion relief without the wait. Use as directed.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
A show of contempt would be to say, what kind of an idiot can't even cook a simple dinner? That single behavior is so powerful it can be used to predict divorce with 93% accuracy. Here's another way to get back to sleep, and Connie uses this. Listen to white noise. You can try an app like Sleep Maker Rain, which is free for iPhone and Android. The new normal is to get a last-minute text at, say, 9 o'clock on a Saturday saying, hey, want to go see a band?
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services. When your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements, from damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All Our number on the Clark Howard Show, 877-87-CLARK. Brian is with us on the Clark Howard Show. And Brian, you have a question for me concerning Freedom Pop.
Yeah, I was wanted to replace my home internet. I didn't know if I could use Freedom Pop or my cell phone's hotspot.
You could use Freedom Pop. I tried it because I wanted, I test things to make sure that something, before I yap about it on the air, that it's something that you're going to like and not hate. Uh-huh. The Freedom Pop home internet service or the Freedom Pop hotspot are both designed as what's known as fixed wireless internet services.
Okay.
And they are relatively slow. The capacity you're going to have is absolutely fine if all you want to do is do light surfing and read emails.
I do a lot of Netflix.
Forget it. I'll tell you about my experiment. You'll get a kick out of this.
Okay.
So I tried the Freedom Pop thing, and I bought a plan that was $18 a month that capped us out at 10 gigs of data a month for home internet service.
Yep.
My children went through 10 gigs watching video content in how many days?
3 or 4.
3 out of the 30. We were dead meat.
I think it's 0.015 cents for each kilobyte or something.
So what I did was I capped, so it just shut us off. And the way I knew they had blown through 10 gigs was my daughter came to me and said, "Dad, the Netflix isn't working." And that's always the thing. And I go down and I'm like the guy, I'm a techno idiot, but somehow people think I can do that stuff. And I go down, somehow magically I get stuff working again. Well, that day I didn't get it working again. Uh-huh. And then I thought, ooh, what if it's the internet? And I signed in on my phone to the Freedom Pop account. And sure enough, we were done. So
what about your cell phone's hotspot? Would that work?
Well, cell phone hotspot, generally you're going to be capped at 5 gigs a month.
Okay.
So that won't work either. If you're heavy into video content, the fixed wireless, at least today, is not a good technology to make it happen. But I think in the next year or two, it will be. Just not yet. You're too early to make that work for you. You're listening to The Clark Howard Show.
Guy Harvey Checking is now exclusively available at Gateway Bank. With Guy Harvey Checking, you will receive Gateway's premium checking account, plus several other Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation features, including membership to the Guy Harvey Hammerhead Nation, free Guy Harvey t-shirt, and an exclusive Guy Harvey debit card. At Gateway Bank, we will make a $50 donation to the Guy Harvey Ocean Foundation for every new account opened. This is just one more reason why people choose Gateway Bank. Sign up today for your exclusive Guy Harvey checking account with Gateway. Details available at gatewaybankcfl.com, member FDIC.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler and a new
trunk. We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Karen McHugh. Following the latest ISIS beheadings of Coptic Christians in Libya, new questions in Washington on how to handle the terror group.
The latest horrific video adding urgency to the congressional vote on Mr. Obama's authorization for military force. But Congress is divided over it. House Speaker John Boehner telling Chris Wallace the AUMF is too restrictive.
We need a robust strategy to take on ISIL.
As evidence of the administration's resolve in the fight against ISIS, defenders cite continuing airstrikes.
Fox's Doug McElway. Some House Democrats propose a way for those chose without Obamacare to avoid paying fines.
They say when people realize they're about to pay a penalty on their taxes, that there should be an opportunity for them to avoid the fines and buy health insurance. They say since the administration's goal is everybody having affordable coverage, a special enrollment period would be wise.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. A mix of snow, sleet, and freezing rain has knocked out power to thousands across much of the South. Fox News, we report, you decide.
You're running your business, and we at Wix.com know things can get stressful. But creating your website doesn't have to be. With Wix, you can create a professional website all by yourself. It's easy and free. You don't have to be a programmer. Just drag and drop everything into place. It's your website, your style. Show the world what you can do. Go to Wix.com and create your own stunning website today. It's easy and free.
When you sit in your comfortable ergonomic chair, do you experience inner peace? Are you known for admiring desks like profound works of art? If so, you might be gear-centric, someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And at Office Depot and Office Max, we have the quality gear you need. Visit our President's Day furniture sale and save 40% on select desks, chairs, bookcases, and more. Office Depot and Office Max. Gear up for great. Offer ends 2/21.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offered does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retool.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out. New shows? Check. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire. Because that's how exotic it is.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
Are you tired of not using your home's outdoor space for entertaining or relaxation because of all the bugs and leaves? Consider adding a beautiful screen room or glass enclosure. We are Superior Aluminum and Design, a family-owned and operated business with 20 years experience in the aluminum industry, and we are accredited by the Better Business Bureau. If you appreciate superior workmanship, call Superior Aluminum and Design at 817-8058 or visit us on the web at superiораluminumdesign.com.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Take charge of your wallet and your future. Missing a minute can cost you big time. Prepare to save more, spend less, and avoid getting ripped off with Clark Howard.
I'm glad you're with us on the Clark Howard Show, where you learn ways to save more and spend less, and don't let anybody ever rip you off. Coming up a half hour from now, something I promised a while back on the Clark Howard Show, I have some new numbers on what will make your credit score drop, how long it'll drop, and how difficult recovery can be for a very simple error. I'm going to tell you how you can really beat yourself up credit-wise in just 30 minutes. I want to talk right now, though, about a trend that is a huge shift in this great country of ours. I travel constantly for work. And something I've always laughed about New York City is it seems every 20-something college graduate in America is all in New York at the same time. And then, like magic, is people have been in New York for a while in their 20s, usually before their 30th birthday, they're gone. They've gone back to where they were raised. They've gone to somewhere else in the country to start quote-unquote normal life, buy a home, because who can ever afford to buy a home in New York City and all that. And now people are coming after they finish college, very heavy magnet for college graduates in particular. They'll come to New York and then they stay. And the number of people going and staying is amazing. I mean, the number leaving is a tiny fraction of what it was even 10 years ago. Same thing true in the congested parts of Los Angeles and in Chicago. These three cities have become a mega magnet for recent college graduates, and then they don't leave. And the implications of that for economic growth in three places people would assume are places that are the has-beens of economic growth in the country. The reality is you get the highly educated young population there, and it's like planting crops for future economic growth. That's in spite of high housing costs, higher taxes. In California, in New York, in Illinois, they have this strong magnetic pull. Why? To the detriment of many other places that were boom towns. And by the way, those are not the only three that are attracting young college graduates who are aging in place instead of moving on with their lives elsewhere. There's a complete different culture, a generational shift, because it hadn't involved demonstrations in the streets or riots or anything like that. It's been a quiet revolution where this generation wants to be in places with public transit where you don't have to own a car at all if you don't want to, access to quote-unquote nightlife and culture, those two together, however a 20-something mixes those two. And a lot of places that these very 20-somethings grew up in are suburban communities that were once long sought after, but they don't want to go back to a place where you're completely dependent on an automobile. It is a direct challenge to the culture of how so many American cities have functioned in the past, with maybe in a core area having some form of public transit, whether it's buses or streetcars or light rail or a few number of places heavy rail. But those places that have access that are smaller than New York, Chicago, LA, have some kind of access to public transit, have a competitive thing as a beacon for the young college educated. But other places that are completely car dependent are left at a competitive disadvantage. You have to respond to your marketplace. And cities compete, states compete, and economic growth follows when you attract the entrepreneurial class and young college-educated people. So the challenge is out there. How are you going to change where you live, or the people you elect where you live, so that your community doesn't decline in economic competitiveness over time? Easy for me to say. But instead is core and key in the game. Our number is 877-87-CLARK. Keith is with us on the Clark Howard Show. Hello, Keith.
Hi, Clark. How you doing?
Great, thank you, Keith. Keith, share with your fellow listener what you do for a living.
I'm a firefighter.
Well, I want to thank you for putting your life on the line in a most dangerous situation, because a lot of times people never really understood how dangerous it was to be a firefighter, obviously till after September 11th. And then we had the horrible incident in Arizona with the terrible loss of life of firefighters fighting wildfires. You have chosen to go into a profession where you save people's lives but put your own life on the line, and I just want to express my gratitude to you.
Oh, well, thank you, Clark. I love what I do.
Well, how can I serve you?
Well, like probably most firefighters, we have a 457 plan, and my employer will match basically 25 cents on the dollar up to a certain amount of my contribution. So I've been contributing the maximum that they will match, and I know after that you suggest maybe going to a Roth IRA or something along those lines. So my question has to do with my options within the 457. Right now I'm looking at doing I guess it's a 1024 account. It's a 25-year targeted retirement account. And the 457 is administered by a large insurance company. And so I can do that and there's no fee. Or I can do what they call their pro account. And with that, they look at it quarterly. And it's supposed to be a little more personalized, a little more optimized.
And supposedly they're doing targeted investing just for you?
Well, with the pro account, I guess they look at it quarterly. With the regular 1024, they just do like an annual overall